So, good evening everyone. Welcome again to one of my session, and today we're going to make a pitch. That is balut, considering balut a Filipino delicacy, or for us it's like a snack to be exported to Japan, and try to convince you that balut has a potential as an export product to Japan. Okay, let's have first a brief executive summary of Japan and its economic landscape for venture entry. Japan remains one of the world's most sophisticated and stable economies, ranking as the fourth largest economy globally after the United States, China, and Germany, with a nominal GDP of approximately 4.3 US dollars, 2025 estimate. Despite its maturity, Japan continues to be an attractive destination for innovative ventures due to its strong purchasing power, advanced technology, ecosystem, and global leadership in efficiency and quality standard. Now, I'm going to use PESTEL to analyze the country. So, PESTEL stands for Political, Economic, Social, Technological, Environmental, and Legal. Let's go with political. Japan maintains a parliamentary democracy with strong rule of law, transparency, and minimal corruption. It is a key member of the G7 and ASEAN Plus 3, ensuring stability in trade and diplomacy. The Philippines and Japan enjoy robust bilateral relations under the Japan-Philippine Economic Partnership Agreement, or JPEPA, facilitating tariff reduction and investment opportunities for Filipino exporters. Let's go to the economic aspect. Again, it is the fourth largest economy with GDP growth averaging 1.2% annually over the past 5 years. Its currency, the Japanese yen, it's traditionally a safe haven currency. Inflation, moderately rising around 2.4%, a shift from years of deflation. Unemployment, low at 2.6%, reflecting labor efficiency but highlighting skill shortages. Consumer market, Japan's per capita income exceeds $42,000, giving its citizens high discretionary spending power. Japan is a net importer of food products, providing an entry point for foreign agriculture and specialty goods like balut. Let's go now to the social aspect. Japan's aging population is among the oldest in the world, with nearly 30% age 65 and above. Can you imagine 30% and above are 65? This demographic shift has created opportunities in health, nutrition, convenience foods, and automation industry. So, tamang-tama tong balot, no? It has rich in protein. Okay, next, urbanization remains high at 92%. Concentrating consumer demand in megacities such as Tokyo, Osaka, and Yokohama. The culture values quality, precision, respect, and long-term trust in business relations. Let's go now to the technological aspect. Japan leads in robotics, AI, sustainable engineering, and food processing innovation. Widespread adaptation of e-commerce and cashless payment system presents vast potential for online market entry. Food safety technology and cold chain logistics are highly advanced, critical for perishable exports such as balut. Yeah. Let's go to the environmental. Japan prioritizes sustainable and circular economic principles. Consumers prefer eco-friendly packaging, traceable sourcing, and certified safe food products. Stringent environmental policies demand compliance with waste reduction and energy-efficient production standards. Let's go now to legal. Strong protection of intellectual property and fair trade regulations, Food imports must comply with Japan's Food Sanitation Act and Japanese Agricultural Standards or JAS. Tariff rates for ASEAN countries remain competitive due to free trade frameworks benefiting the Philippine exporter. Strategic insights. Japan's demographic maturity and cultural openness to premium, health-oriented, and experience-based products create fertile ground for ventures like the Balut Export Project that I am proposing. The nation's stable political environment, strong yen, and disciplined consumer base offer predictability, while its aging population and technological advancement open niches for innovative, high-value Filipino export. In essence, Japan represents both a challenge and an opportunity. Success requires precision, compliance, and cultural sensitivity, but the rewards include sustainable partnership and long-term brand establishment in one of the world's most demanding yet loyal markets. In conclusion, entering Japan means aligning with its values, quality, trust, and innovation. Filipino entrepreneurs who can adapt these principles while maintaining cultural authenticity, such as in the Balut Export to Japan venture, are poised for strategic success. Okay, now let's go now to the pitch, aka like the Dragon's Den. No? It is a UK base where succeeding venture capitalists buy for a brilliant business model. Okay, so I hope you you watch that, no, so that you will be guided, no, about what we're doing here. Okay, so before we go, no, the format of the pitch should be like AKA like the Dragon's Den, and there are 10 critical questions, no, that must be answered by the ones going to pitch. Okay, again, we will apply now the 10 application of the 10 critical thinking and risk analysis questions. And the case study is exporting balut to Japan. Okay, if the first one is, what is the core economic problem or gap being solved here? So, Japan faces a nutritional and experiential gap, an aging population, with rising demand for natural proteins, based foods, and cultural dining experiences. Balut, the Filipino duck egg delicacy, directly address this by offering a high-protein, collagen-rich, meaning this is good for the bones, no, the joints, collagen, and authentic Asian superfood. Okay, when we say superfood, it means it gives energy and high protein. So, it provides both functional nutrition and cultural novelty. So, it's something new to them, no? Filling a unique gap that neither supplements nor traditional snacks satisfy. Okay. So, problem is, the statement is supported by Japan's demographic and dietary trends, no? The first one, no? It is really supported by demographics and dietary trends. So they are already aging, and an aging person needs a lot of high protein, collagen rich is for the joint, no, for the bones. So authentic Asian superfood. So Balut satisfied this one, no? The demographic and dietary trends. Okay, that's the first one that is being sold. Now, let's go now to the second question. What is the underlying opportunity and potential for market scale? Okay, so the answer is, the opportunity lies in Japan's functional and exotic food segment, which grows by about 6 to 8% annually, according to research. The market can initially target urban professionals aged 25 to 40 in Tokyo, Osaka, and Nagoya, who are open to cross-cultural foods. With partnership in convenience store and restaurant, the business can scale to 12 to 15 million pesos annual revenue within 2 years. So how is this supported, no? It is strong expansion, potentially through niche targeting. That is the strategy. So, strong expansion, potentially through niche targeting. So we are trying to target what? Urban professionals age 25 to 40, and the exotic food segment is growing at 6 to 8% annually. So these are the metrics. Okay, so in figures, convenience store and restaurant business can scale up. No, we could as the convenience store as our distributor and restaurant, and this could easily earn us 12 to 15 million annually revenue. Okay, number 3, what makes this product competitive or unique in the market? Okay, again, what makes this product competitive or unique in the market? Well, Balut's authentic Filipino origin and distinct taste makes it an exclusive offering that competitors cannot easily imitate. Its cultural narrative, a courage food that strengthens body and spirit, gives it emotional depth beyond nutrition. This uniqueness builds brand identity and competitive advantage as a first mover in exotic protein snacks. Okay? So it is sustainable competitive edge through branding and authenticity. So it's the culture, no, Filipino, it's original Filipino food, and it has a distinct taste that is a sustainable competitive edge through branding and authenticity. That is the strategy. Next, what are the economic assumptions behind the business model? Okay, this is the economic assumption. No? Okay, the model assumes the following. The average cost per unit is 35 pesos. Processed, frozen, pack. Retail price in Japan. So 120 to 140 per unit is per egg, ha? It's per egg. Is 300 to 350 yen. So target monthly sales is 10,000 units, break even in 18 months. So the markup approximately 200% gross margin. Imagine the cost in pesos is 35 pesos. That is packed, frozen, and shipped to Japan. That is 35 pesos. So the retail price in Japan, the landed cost in pesos is 120 to 140 pesos per unit. So it is 300 yen to 350 per yen. So the markup is 200% gross margin. These assumptions are conservative and based on actual food import pricing benchmarks in Japan. So it is a financially sound projection under controlled scaling. And the last question, what are the identifiable risks and mitigating strategies? Okay. One of the risks is the regulatory risk. Japan's strict import rules on eggs, mitigated by BFAR certified farms and full compliance with Japan's Food Sanitation Act. Cultural acceptance risk. Okay, the regulatory risk is the Japan's strict import rules, but it is mitigated because we had an agreement represented by BFAR certified farms, and it has full compliance with Japan Food Sanitation Act. So yung regulatory risk medyo na-address ng BFAR certified farms, no? Agreement with Japan. Okay. Now, may isang risk is what we call the cultural acceptance risk, no? Ito yung medyo okay, the issue here is some may resist fertilized egg. Okay, perception, because this is a chick that is fertilized and it is about to hatch, no? Mitigated through, so how will the risk be softened, no? It is mitigated through branding as a superfood and taste challenge event. So in Japan, no, they will see this as a fertilized egg, but we will rebrand that as a superfood so that they will not look that as a fertilized egg. So it will not be like a gross food, but we'll rebrand it as a superfood, and the taste challenge. We will ask them to take the taste challenge event. So the fertilized egg, how would you call it? Positioning of the egg will be blurred by branding it as a superfood and taste challenge events. Again, the supply chain risk. Okay, this is another risk, no? the supply chain risk. Spoilage or delays. Okay, how do we mitigate that? By frozen logistics and partnership with cold chain supplier. So if there will be spoilage or delays, okay, so it will be mitigated by frozen logistics. Siyempre, kung nangyari, mapanis, kasi it needs to be what? Stored, no? Kasi, yun nga, it's highly perishable. So we will, to mitigate that, we'll use frozen logistics and partnership with cold chain suppliers, mga naka-rep. I-rep natin yung i-freezer. So, all the risk and is really manageable through compliance and branding. What is the projected return on investment and payback period? Okay, initial investment approximately 2 million pesos. No, that's what we estimate. This includes production, packaging, and permits. The payback period, meaning to say the 2 million pesos that we spend in 18 months, this is our study, it will be returned, no? Reaching an ROI reaching 35 to 40% annually after full-scale entry. Expansion to other Asian markets like Taiwan, Hong Kong could double returns by year 3. So, the ROI achievable through steady market adoption and reinvestment of profit. Okay. What behavioral and cultural factors affect the product acceptance? Well, again, the Japanese consumers are adventurous but cautious. Remember, they're eating raw fish, sometimes live octopus, sometimes puffer fish. No, it's a poisonous fish, but they love to eat that. A wrong cook of that, a not licensed chef to cook that will result to death. So they are really adventurous. So Balut is really timing. No, they could really embrace that. They favor health-oriented and experiential food if endorsed by trusted brands or influencers. So, positioning Balut as challenge food and superfood for vitality aligns with Japanese psychology, balancing novelty with benefit. Collaborations with Filipino restaurants, Japanese bloggers, and culinary schools will drive cultural curiosity. So the strategy is dependent on precise marketing tone and cultural sensitivity. Number 8, what is the exit or expansion strategy of this? Okay, once market stability is reached in Japan, the business can expand into Korean and Singaporean markets through regional distributors or Balut-based food innovations like Balut ramen topping or Balut protein patty. Licensing the brand for international Filipino food chains. So the exit strategy includes franchise selling or brand acquisition by Japanese food groups. So the exit strategy could be franchise selling or brand acquisition by the Japanese food groups. Okay, so in short, it has a strong scalability given ASEAN trade alignment and cultural trends. Next question, what macroeconomic or political factors may influence success? Okay, it is favorable ASEAN-Japan trade agreements and cultural tourism, but it is unfavorable. What is unfavorable here? Fluctuating exchange rate, animal and welfare scrutiny. Remember, we're getting the unborn chick of this of the duck. Okay, this is the risk there. No, we will be the eyes of the animal welfare scrutiny. But how do we mitigate this? No, use of stable JPY Philippine hedging, no, rate or forex. Then promotion of ethical sourcing and positioning Balut as a sustainable farm produce. So that will be away from the eyes of the animal welfare. We will use ethical sourcing, meaning the duck egg will position the duck egg as a what? As a breeding farm. No, it's really for eating and commercial use, and positioning Balut as a sustainable farm produce. So again, it is moderate macroeconomic volatility. So how do we define long-term success beyond financial metrics? Success is defined by economic sustainability and cultural diplomacy. Once we attain that, no, economic sustainability and cultural diplomacy. When balut becomes recognized not as an odd delicacy but as a Filipino symbol of resilience and innovation, it elevates the Philippines as food identity abroad. The venture Deeper's mission is to export Filipino creativity, confidence, and cultural pride alongside with economic growth. So success is achievable through a consistent cultural branding. So in summary, the Balut Export to Japan project demonstrates a well-analyzed balance, risk and opportunity, cultural adaptation, and economic justification. The venture embodies all 5 basic economic principles, and that is scarcity, opportunity cost, supply-demand balance, cost-benefit advantage, and incentive alignment, while meeting the 10 risk analysis benchmark for investors' confidence. Balut is not just food, it is an export of Filipino economic creativity. I hope you learned something and see you to the next lesson.